Welcome to our Lionsgate activation workshop. So today we're going to talk a little bit about what the Lionsgate is, because I know we definitely have some questions around that, and the energy surrounding it, a little bit more info around it, and then we'll get into the activation part. So there's a few things that I want to kind of preface first before we jump in, and that is whenever I am working with starseed energy, light frequencies, I just allow myself to kind of connect to that energy and allow it to come through as it wants to come through. I will be completely transparent in sharing that when I do channeling, I am still getting used to that and still finding my footing, the channeling, and not, I get caught up in the channeling, but I try to translate it as to, saying it in a way where it's not like a direct channel. I don't know. It's been super weird for me. So I'm just being completely honest. And that aspect of what I have been doing is a little newer to me. Newer, but something I've been doing for a couple of years, but it is what it is. I guess newer in that I'm sharing it more openly and I'm allowing myself to be more visible in that aspect of the work that I do. And so that has been part of a real huge shift in my journey for me this year, is really allowing myself to own that aspect of what I do and what I bring, and why there's always like this additional energy that comes through when I do stuff. It's because of this work. So the Lionsgate. There's the reason why it's called the Lionsgate. It's because it happens in the season of Leo, right? So it's always during the Leo sun season, and that's what we're in. But it also is because we are connecting to a specific astrological alignment of the Sirius star and Orion's belt, and the three specific stars associated with Orion's belt. So first, let me talk about the Sirius star. So it is one of the brightest stars in the sky. It's often one that you can regularly point out, and it tends to have a bluish hue to it when you see it. And it is known as a blue sun, and it's also known as the Great Central Sun. So it connects to the blue ray frequency, and it contains this energy that is one of deep peace and compassion and alignment, and just has a real like homey kind of feeling to it where you just feel super comfortable. The Orion's belt, if you're familiar at all with the constellations in the sky, that's typically the very first one that I seek to find, because to me it's always the easiest, finding Orion's belt, and then I can orient myself with where everything else is at in the sky once I find Orion's belt. So that is the three stars in a row that just really stand out because they line up, and then you can find his stance. He's like the archer, and he is standing there and he's shooting and he's aiming towards a serpent, I believe. So being able to find Orion's belt to me just helps to orient my space in the sky, because then from there I can find the dippers and then take off from there and search out other stars that I like to find. So Orion's belt is a pretty common one that people know and look for in the sky. But the three stars of Orion's belt, Al-Nitak, Al-Nilam, and Mintaka. I don't know if I'm pronouncing those perfectly, but that is how I'm going to pronounce them, are the three stars that make up the belt. And at this point of alignment, those three stars actually line up over the pyramids of Giza. And so it is said that the pyramids were erected in those spots because of this specific star alignment. And it also coincided with the Nile River flooding and it was a time of fertility and abundance. And so it's always kind of carried this energy of manifestation and abundance that go along with it. So that's kind of a little bit of the history and the background and what's going on astrologically in that lineup that brings us to the Lionsgate portal. Now, this portal is not just a single day. It started July 28th and it goes on until August 12th, but it's most widely celebrated on the 8th because that's the peak day. And then we also have the numerology influence of it being 8-8. And 8 is a highly divine connected number that's all about alignment and harmony with that divine energy. And I mean, 8 is that infinity pattern, that figure 8 pattern, which is found in the flow of energy within and around our body, within and around our chakra systems. Like, it is just a common pattern we see energetically around things. So it carries that energy with it as well. So it's this time of really deep inner harmony. And when you think about the energy of that Sirian star energy, it is that deep alignment and peace that you can start feeling within. And to me, that is very much resembling that energy of the sacred union within, when we come into that place of harmony of the divine masculine and feminine energies that flow within us. So in my work, what I've experienced, right, we have the left side, which is our divine feminine side, and the right side, which is our divine masculine side. And when we come into harmony with that energy within us, that is when we come into that place of sacred union within, when we feel that inner alignment and balance and harmony, to where then that energy begins to rise up and we feel more empowered, we feel aligned, we feel deeply centered, and we move from that place of centeredness to then opening up our channel, our light channel, to be able to channel that divine wisdom, which naturally and inherently flows through us. So it's this really beautiful energy that to me is held within that blue ray frequency of that Sirian star frequency. So that's what we're going to be connecting to today. In our Sisterhood of the Moon circle, I had pulled some cards, and in that card pool, sorry, I'm going to go through them, you people. All right. In that card pool, I had pulled these two cards, and we talked about this Lionsgate and the Sisterhood of the Moon, and the cards that were pulled were just absolutely perfect for this energy. So we got the Cosmic Heart card, which is of course on point. You know, we're dealing with this Leo energy, which is big heart energy. It's that generosity. It's how we're interacting with the world around us. And then the Blue Flame card. And I was like, yes, absolutely. This is definitely the Blue Flame energy. That blue ray frequency is all about this activation and this sense of harmony and alignment. So I want to know, because it's been kind of all over the place, I feel like, for people at this time, where some people are feeling really amazing, really great, and some people are feeling really frustrated and really intense, really kind of angry, even like agitated, maybe. And I'm seeing this in people, and it's kind of funny because it's like this polarization of, you know, there's these people over here that are in this intensity of things shifting, changing, and feeling like, and then there's these people over here that are like, this is amazing, you know. So it's like witnessing these two really intense energies happening right now, and it makes me laugh, because to me that's really recognizing the duality of the energy, right? And so we're trying to find that place where it comes together, where it's in that place where we are taking aligned action steps to move forward, where we're really allowing ourselves to co-create in this dance of life, where we are harnessing our own energetic empowerment and harnessing the energy that is available around us to help us kind of shift into an aligned path. And a lot of times this particular time frame starts to bring change. We start feeling called to a different path. We start being aware of like a different perspective or a different way or something new, right? So there's all of these different energies kind of happening right now. So I'm curious which one of those energies you're feeling. If you're feeling more into the agitation, the intensity, the heaviness of this time, or if you're feeling into the happy-go-lucky, flowy energy of this time. Put it in the chat. Just pop it in. A or B. See, going with the flow. Yes. I've definitely been feeling the intensity this time. Agitated. Yep. Yeah. I've been feeling that agitation too. It's been interesting. Somewhere in the middle. I feel like I'm shifting into that in the middle. Whew. It was definitely not happy-go-lucky. It was interesting. I felt around the full moon that happy-go-lucky energy, like it was feeling super amazing. And then all of a sudden it was like, bam, intense. And it was like, oh, what is this? Agitated. I'm blaming my job. Or I've been blaming my job. So it's been really interesting how that kind of all flows together, right? So even noticing the shift in the energy frequency from the full moon to this moment right now and how the energy has shifted, right? Do you see, are you aware that was that a shift for you that time? Okay, sorry. Have you noticed a shift from that time of the full moon to now? It feels like it's been quite the journey already. And part of me was like, man, I wish I would have just did this class on that full moon energy because it was amazing. But I'm like, nope, it's meant to be today for a reason. And that's because, a lot of us are feeling into this really different energy right now. So part of that too, I think, is the Venus retrograde, which is coming into play with this particular Lionsgate portal, and that doesn't always happen. So we're into this energy of reflection of what we're feeling, the energy of our relationships and the way we're in relationships to the things around us, shifting and changing. So it definitely feels like change. Like that is coming through so heavy. Not so much the airy fairy manifestation stuff. And you guys, if you've been with me for a while, like law of attraction has its place and it's not with me. I'm about all of the laws of the universe and not just singling out one and forgetting the rest. It's not just a time of manifestation and abundance. And I'm not a huge fan even of the word abundance, because if you don't attach abundance to a specific thing, what are you going to get an abundance of? Bills? Because that's not what I want, right? So it is this different mindset for me. It's a different place for me. And I'm not one of those that's just all about manifestation and abundance, but rather coming into the place of alignment and harmony. Because when we're in that flow, when we're in that state, we are in that state of flow. And that's when we get to really witness the manifestations that are aligned to us, not just trying to call in things that aren't for us on our path, right? So to me, it's always more important to come back to that place of centeredness, to come back to that place of connection within and tuning into that energy and frequency for yourself, because that gets you in touch with that deeper light body self, with your soul self, with your higher self, that lets you kind of know when you're on the right path. Which brings me to the next aspect of this. And something that I'm feeling is more a collective energy right now, not necessarily associated with the Lionsgate, but it might possibly could be with this Venus retrograde happening too. This energy of being more in the body and more felt sensations and noticing the bodily sensations when you're trying to figure out your path or what's going on or dealing with the situation, and coming back to that place of allowing yourself to deepen within your human body. I feel like we spend so much time trying to ascend, getting out of our physical body and only connecting to an energetic light body self, that we forget that we were given gifts in this human body to witness and experience actual bodily sensations that also are here to help guide us and direct us. And it's a system that works together. It's a system that is so deeply intertwined that our emotions are not separate from our body. Our spiritual practices are not separate from our body, but it's all together as one. And so when we come back to that recognition of, hey, I need to be in my body. I might not really be happy with this world around me right now. I might be tired of this trash planet and the things that are happening and the way things are happening right now, but I'm here in this body right now for a reason, and I need to come back into my body. I can feel the feelings of being upset and being agitated and hating the way things are happening in the world around me, and I can feel those feelings, but what is my purpose for being here? And let me come back to that alignment, and then let me start taking the action steps that allow me to step into that more fully and more freely. Because the more that you draw yourself out and the more you try to separate yourself from your own humanness, the more you actually end up blocking yourself. So it's that integration of bringing it all together and allowing yourself to notice those bodily sensations when it is directing you and guiding you. Noticing when you're feeling that light feeling in your body that feels like a yes. And noticing when you feel that tension, that constriction that happens in your body that feels like a no. And becoming more acutely aware of how your body is reacting and responding to the energy around you too. And allowing that to be just as important of a gift as just tuning in to the light body self, to the energy body self, to the visions, to the knowing, to the senses, the clear senses, but letting the bodily sensations be just as important to you. That just feels super, super prevalent right now. And it just seemed like it needed to be shared. So there you have it. So coming into that felt sensation, okay, it's showing me the solar plexus. So it's bringing us back into the solar plexus when we are coming into the body. We are really tuning into that solar plexus energy more, and we are connecting into the energy of our physical selves more. And so that is weaving in that energy of the divine masculine, right? So if we're thinking about how we are connecting to the divine feminine, to the energetic aspects, to the unseen aspects, this I feel like is bringing in that aspect of the divine masculine and that energy of the physical self, the physical body, and what physical sensations we're having. And that is the softness of the masculine energy. Right? The divine masculine energy isn't all like warrior toughness. There's also softness and tenderness associated with divine masculine energy. And it is that recognizing the sensations of the body and recognizing how the body is feeling, recognizing the restrictions, the contractions, and recognizing when it feels open, when it feels good, when you feel butterfly feelings, right? The feelings itself is the feminine, but it's the sensation that is being noticed within the physical body that is the masculine. And that's pretty awesome to recognize even how intertwined those energies are in just the state of our being. So coming into that realization and that space of the solar plexus. And so the solar plexus is the space that I heavily attribute to Leo energy, right? It's that empowerment place. It's that place where you show up in leadership and guidance and allows you to shine. And when you think of that brilliant Leo energy, when they are really shining, they are showing up as charismatic, magnetic beings that are just super charming. They are able to hold this space. They're able to just step into the light of who they are and be who they are in this really free way where it just looks so easy for them, right? And it's just that energy of confidence that they get to hold here. They get to show up and just be. And that to me is very Leo energy, and it's very solar plexus related. And then you get into the generosity and the big heartedness that a lot of that good Leo energy has. And that's when you get into the heart chakra of it, where you get into that, how giving and how generous they are, how open-hearted they are, how they are so willing to just scoop you up and take you with them, like kind of energy. And that is also an amazing attribute of good balanced Leo energy as well. So definitely feeling into those two chakras for this time. But now I'm going to talk about the blue ray frequency. So that blue ray frequency is one that connects to that Sirian star system. And it's one that also connects us to the energy of activation, the energy of awakening, the energy of this opening. It's what it feels like, very open. And it's an opening that comes from this place of surrender, of being held, of recognizing that it's okay to soften, that it's okay to release, that you're not really in control, that you get to just step into the light of that beingness yourself. And it's a very freeing and opening. And I really like that. That to me brings out that energy of deep inner peace. And that's what I feel connecting to that blue ray frequency, is that energy of deep inner peace. Like nothing can touch you. Everything in the world can be crumbling down around you. Your life can be upside down on your head, and just you have no idea which way is up. When you come into that energy, all of a sudden it's like everything just floats away and you are at peace, because no matter what, everything is exactly how it's meant to be, and it will work out for you. And you're held in this energy that's so calming and peaceful that you're not stressed anymore. You're not carrying this extra tension around trying to control all the little bits and pieces, but rather freely opening, which is allowing you to be open to more synchronicities happening, which then starts to ease the flow. So this to me is also like the magic sauce for when you're feeling stuck, right? How many times have you felt stuck, right? That's a process too. You get stuck in something, and sometimes we forget the tools or techniques that we have that we can use to help us get unstuck. But to me, working with that blue ray energy is a big source of helping to get unstuck, because it opens you up to those channels of infinite possibility and potential. It opens you up to that energy of just remembering that everything is happening and unfolding in a way that is meant to be supportive of you and your journey here. It's like big mother energy. That's what it feels like. That's so funny. That just came through. So big mother energy, right? So it's like just being comforted and held, and knowing that you have the support being offered to you, and just allowing that to just kind of hold you and nurture you through it. And sometimes in that process of feeling like you're being held, it allows you to surrender. It allows you to let go. It allows you to put down all of the extra baggage that you're carrying that you don't need to be carrying. And sometimes we get wrapped up and we take everything so seriously, and everything seems so important, and everything needs to happen right now, and everything needs to come together in this moment. And it creates this snowball effect where sometimes it's the rushing of feeling like everything needs to be done and it needs to happen now, and it's so important right this minute, and I need this and I need this, and we get wrapped up in the busyness, right? Tension, constricting, stress. And this is a time that is teaching you to let it all go, to put it down, and to come back into that harmonized alignment and trust. Trust that even in stillness, so much is happening to move you forward. And that is really powerful to recognize, because we can get caught up in the busyness and get nothing done but be super busy. Or we can come to that place of stillness where all of a sudden we are able to make those connections that just open up the floodgates of things moving quickly and swiftly with doing less. And that's amazing. But so many of us are resistant to that because we grew up with this mindset and belief that we attach and hold on to, that we have to work hard, that we have to be busy, that we constantly have to prove ourselves, right? And this is an energy that's saying, no, that's not the way. We've been there, done that, and we've seen what happens. It's a time for something new. It's the softening. It's the stillness. It's the recognizing the power. And it's reminding yourself to come back to that, right? It's really hard to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to live that way now from here on out, right? When you've got these patterns that are ingrained, that are conditioned in you. So it's a practice of returning back to that place of centeredness. So this activation I'm going to guide you through, connecting into this blue light frequency, is going to be a tool for you to use even outside of the Lionsgate portal. There might be transmissions that come through, channelings that come through that I'll share. But this is also meant to be a tool for you to use at any time when you're feeling stuck, when you're feeling like you're constricted, when you're feeling like you're having a hard time surrendering or letting go, or you feel like you just don't know which way is up or which direction to go, if you're feeling lost or anything like that. Like, this is a tool that you can use to help you get back to your centered place. So what we're gonna do. I'm gonna share a different screen. So we can look at a pretty picture as we do our guided journey. Taking a few moments to just kind of get centered and connect to your breath. Perhaps grounding your feet on the floor if you're sitting in a chair, or if you're laying down, focusing on the sacrum, on the spine, connecting to the earth beneath you. Allow yourself to tune into your breath. Connecting your breath down into the belly. Taking a couple of deep breaths into the belly. Feeling the belly expand with each inhalation and gently squeezing the belly button towards the spine with each exhalation. Allowing for this deeper exchange, this life force energy carried within the air. As you inhale and exhale. Now try to bring the breath even deeper down into the bowl of the pelvis, filling up the space of the lower abdomen. Exhaling fully and completely. And as you breathe into the bowl of the pelvis, try to feel that expansion across the lower back, top of the sacrum. Really feeling a deep expansion with your breath, helping you to settle more fully into your physical body. Allow your breath to just continue in a way that feels good to you. Noticing how just coming into this little bit of stillness with the breath allows you to start feeling more settled, more connected. Feeling into that central column of light within that space just in front of the spine, space that houses the Sushumna channel, your light body channel. And feeling the expansiveness of this central column of light as it extends from the tailbone all the way up through the neck and into the crown of the head. Becoming aware of this column of light within you. This column of light that houses your soul self, your light energy. Now see, sense, or feel that energy extending down past the sacrum, down past the tailbone, all the way down into the earth beneath you. Connecting down into that earth beneath you, into that earth star chakra. And as it connects down into that earth star chakra, allow yourself to notice that deeply grounding energy that earth star chakra holds for you, allowing you to feel grounded and anchored. As that energy sinks down into the earth star, allow yourself to notice any energy that you need to release and let go of, to flow down into this earth star chakra, to be transmuted, to be held for you. Begin to feel the energy of that earth star rising back up into your central column of light, offering that nurturing, nourishing energy of Mother Earth into that central column of light, nurturing and nourishing each one of your energy centers as it begins to fill that central column of light with that frequency of the earth, with that frequency of being held and nurtured and supported in every way that you need. As you allow yourself to rest more deeply in that energy and that frequency, allow this energy to continue to flow upwards, up into the crown of your head, your crown chakra locating at the top of the skull, that place where your soft spot was as an infant. Begin to see, sense, or feel that energy of your central column of light now flowing up through the crown chakra, up into this glowing luminous orb of light that is your soul star chakra, a luminous white light energy that is held just above your crown. And as you connect into that soul star energy, that luminous white light energy begins to flow down into the crown, down into that central column of light, amplifying and purifying your energetic vibration to the frequency of your highest self. To allow yourself to breathe into that energy and see, sense, or feel that luminous white light energy flowing down through that central column, expanding out into the physical body, becoming that luminous white light energy, preparing you for the higher frequencies of those Sirian light codes. Feeling that white light energy being anchored all the way down into your Earth Star chakra, completing that full cycle of energy of the Earth Star and the Soul Star. Helping to open up that central column of light to be ready for higher frequencies of light. Recall in the energy of the blue ray, the Sirian light energy of the great central sun. And to see, sense, or feel that brilliant blue light above the crown. Allowing that energy to pass through your soul star chakra, allowing it to be filtered through your higher self as it begins to channel down in through your crown, offering this deep, comforting, nurturing blue light Perhaps you become aware of these Sirian Starseed beings being present, helping to channel that flow of blue light energy, activating that blue flame. As it begins to open and awaken that central column of light, that blue light frequency, a sense of peace and wisdom and comfort, opening you up to a deeper sense of inner awareness. Seeing the energy of this frequency and the central column of light within, coming into that place within yourself where you can now ask questions of this energy. Perhaps asking what you need to know most right now in this moment to help you on your current path. You've been feeling into that energy, intensity at this time. Perhaps asking what needs to be revealed to you to feel into the energy of peace and comfort right now. What would bring you the most peace in your life at this time? transition, allowing a peaceful flow, a more peaceful flow, a time of learning what sacred relationship means to all things around you. It's a time of deep healing, connection to the heart, allowing yourself to feel more deeply, to be more deeply embodied, to allow you to feel yourself more wholly and fully, so that you can recognize your worthiness in this world. It's a time of great responsibility for your mission here, for your purpose here. A time for you to more fully embrace the light of who you are, the truth of who you are. That is not your personality, not your characteristics, but rather the light, the feeling that you feel when you are connected into spaces like this. This is your deeper inner truth. This is your deeper inner alignment. This is the you that you are here and meant to be. The process is the unraveling of what the world has forced you to become. This might cause much sadness, but it is the process in which you learn the real truth of the light that resides within you, and the strength and the power that it holds, and the way that you own the power of how you are witnessing and experiencing the world around you. We ask you to step into that light of who you are, to allow yourself to claim that light and know that that is what you are here to do in each and every moment. And just doing that is enough. There is nothing you need to be. You don't need to continually search for more. But you just need to turn towards that light within you, to allow yourself to feel, even when the feelings are hard. Allow yourself to deepen into the presence of your own being. Allow yourself to witness the depth of your own heart. Live in the energy of love. In each moment to practice that. Begin to see the spiraling blue light flowing down through the crown, spiraling around the third eye, spiraling down around the throat, down around the heart, the solar plexus, the sacrum, the root. Allow this blue light energy to continue to spiral through your energy body, down into the earth, creating another vortex of energy up around the physical body, and the auric field creating a larger swirling pattern around you. Allowing this energy to flow through and around, activating and awakening this blue-gray frequency within you, this frequency that allows you to connect more easily to the starseed light. It allows you to find this energy of peace and comfort, to allow you to connect into this energy that feels like home. With your soul's knowing, finally recognizing that energy that feels like home. Just to know this blue light is anchored into your energy field, that it has activated the frequencies that are ready to be activated and awakened in you at this time. That this activation is filtered through your higher self so that it is gentle and that it opens up to you in right timing for you. Trusting and knowing that it all unfolds as it should. Due to the Sirian Starseed guides that were present here, this activation. Begin to draw our energy back in. It's releasing that blue light, knowing that that light is always anchored. It was always within us, even when we were not aware. Coming back to recognizing that central column of light within. And drawing our energy back in, coming back into the breath. Becoming aware of our inhalation and exhalation. Drawing our energy body cells back in, our light body cells back in, pulling down the energy from the crown back down into the crown, anchoring back into our central column of light, and feeling back into the energy within the earth star, anchoring down within the earth and pulling that earth star energy back in into the root chakra, up into that central column of light. Bringing your awareness, your intention to your heart space, allowing yourself to center and anchor back into the energy of your heart. That space that is the bridge of the above and below, that is the bridge that anchors these energies here. Through your expression of love here on this planet. Because through our heart we live the most truest, authentic light of who we are and that frequency of love. Self a moment here, anchoring back into your heart to recall any messages, any feelings, sensations, or inner knowing that you felt were important during this journey. Allowing yourself to see that energy more clearly, anchoring it into your mind and energy field. Slowly begin to open your eyes and back to the space. Hold the tap your feet on the floor, tap your heart space, helping you to be more anchored and grounded here. Anyone would like to share anything in a minute or so? If anyone wants to share anything, I always like to have space for you guys to share or give voice, because I know for some of you, you don't have people to talk to in your life about things like this. So if anyone would like to share, you're more than welcome to. Just, you know, but still floating. we had a couple of people join in during the meditation part. So if you guys are wondering what the Lion's Gate portal energy is, I described all of that at the beginning. So when I get the recording posted, you can go back and watch that beginning part to learn more about the significance of the Lion's Gate and what that astrological alignment is that makes this a time of a portal. This really is a time of rebirthing. It's a time of releasing. It's a time of stepping into something new. So for me, and it's encompassing all of that. It's like the grand cycle all at once. Where we're experiencing that release, that opening, that surrender, but also experiencing that stepping into that rebirth process. So it's a really big time, and we're still going to be in this portal energy until the 12th. So just keeping that in mind, this is offering a great energetic shift to help with that transition. Felt a space between my heart and solar plexus opening, and a blue hand reaching in and sort of cleaning out or dusting between those two chakras. That's cool. Yes. Did anyone feel the presence of the Sirian Starseeds? Felt two standing with me, but I'd like to know if you felt them with you too. Two of them for you too. Lots of energy from your body. You couldn't stop moving. Interesting. That must have been a lot of energy for you. I get that way sometimes. It's like you gotta keep moving because it keeps the energy like moving. Like it's a lot. I also find that I yawn a lot. So there's different ways that we express or shift energy. We can express it through yawning, through burping, even hiccups sometimes. Like there's so many ways that energy begins to shift and move in the body. But that's part of the integration of the energy in the physical body. But even sometimes when I'm doing healing sessions, like in my office, if people have their eyes open, they're going to see me yawning a lot because that is one of the ways that I shift energy is through yawning. And I just made Lynn but that is the way. Yeah, I see you, girl. I can see you guys. But that is a way that we shift energy as we yawn. So just keeping that in mind too, that sometimes when you're going through the process of even listening to practices of tuning into your energy, when you start feeling that happening, or when you're shifting or tapping into different energies, and then all of a sudden you notice your breath deepening, right? It's all helping to shift the energy. It's all part of it. But that's
are we sharing through vocal here as well?
Absolutely, you can share through vocal.
Hello. This is Lynn Rose, and I'm here with Jacob, and I just wanted to share a little bit about what came through, and really liked the visual that you had there. And then I don't know if you have like some kind of cool effect on your voice right now, or if I'm just hearing interdimensionally. I'm not sure, but you sound really vast right now. Let's just say that. It sounds really cool. Do you have an effect on your voice right now, or like a song playing at all?
There is music playing in the background, but
Okay.
no effects on my voice. I'm not that technically challenged or expert to do. I wouldn't know how to do that.
Maybe it was my extra sensory, I'm not sure, but it was really like how I would imagine that higher dimensional channeling would sound, like you're traveling through different dimensions, and it was really complimentary to my experience. And then I just kept coming back to like that beacon of light right here on the third dimension, third density. We do experience so much, such a depth, full spectrum, but just coming full circle and visualizing that light, it really helped me, just feel like that wholeness and completeness right now. So that's what I wanted to share.
Oh, yay. Thank you for sharing. There was a portion of in the meditation when I was channeling, so I don't know if that's maybe what you're referring to, but yeah. I was doing my best to not try to translate it and change it into me speaking it and allowing it to just come through. So
let me ask you this, do you have music playing right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's just like the effect of the music interacting with your voice. I'm not sure if everyone has experienced this in this moment, but it's just sounds like you're literally playing like a lute of the different dimensions. Like you're just like, I can't explain it any way else. Maybe because you are really bringing in that divine channel light, it's really interesting. It's very beautiful.
Well, yay, I'm glad it sounds good.
It sounded great. I loved the channeling. I could totally feel when you were, pulling in the higher messages and, yes, it was a very deep journey.
Thank you, Lynn. So if you need to write down keywords of things that you experienced, things that came through for you, asking the questions, any important information that came through for you. I always like to remind people, write stuff down, help to feed it in because it's so easily forgotten. That at least when we write it down, we take the time when we come out of the meditation to recall it in our waking mind. And then also taking the time to write it down helps to seed it in some more. So if you had some important messages, feelings, sensations, visions, symbols, anything like that, writing it down helps to just kind of integrate it even more, helping you to come into that energy more quickly, more easily, and being able to remember. I know for myself, I write everything on sticky notes now, so I've got post-it notes everywhere. It makes it a lot easier to recall. So I hope that this brings a nice, peaceful shift and transition for the rest of this Lionsgate portal for you. And you can return back to connecting to that Blu-ray energy as much as you want to, and practice connecting to that yourself. Like, keep that as a practice for you. That would be a really great way to continue the rest of this portal. But like I said, anytime you're feeling stuck or need to come into that space of being held, nurtured, feeling supported, coming into that divine cosmic alignment kind of energy, like this is a great practice to do to bring you into that space. And the Sirian light, that Blu-ray frequency, it's all about helping you come into that space. And it is all about bringing in that harmony, that divine wisdom energy to let you really come into that sense of peace and knowingness that everything unfolds all in right timing. And it takes that pressure off of you. And that to me is such a beautiful part of this energy. So keep that in your memory, that is in your toolbox, that you can absolutely connect to this on your own as well. But thank you guys for being here, for showing up, for doing this journey with me. I hope it helps you and connecting. I'm waving. I forget you guys don't see everybody on the screen. I hope you guys connect to this again. And feel free if you want, if you didn't share here, but you have more that you would like to share, to message me. You guys know I'm always open to talking more and sharing more and having conversations. So thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate all of you so much for supporting me in my journey, and I hope I can support you on your journey as well. Namaste.